Hello, how is everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone's doing good. Oh, nobody wants to go back to work tomorrow. I know it. I know it. Listen, if you're not in Oklahoma, there's been an Amber Alert, so I want to share it. Let's see here. Let me make sure that it is going to go to you guys so that you can see it. 2 hours ago. I want to make sure that you're paying attention if you're out running around driving.
Breaking news right now. Authorities have issued an endangered missing advisory for a set of 5-year-old twins.
The boys were taken by their non-custodial grandparents from the Walmart in Sallisaw. No telling where they're going, but it's just down I-40 from Oklahoma City. They're driving a black Mazda SUV with Texas tags. Call 911 if you have information on their whereabouts.
There was that, and I believe they had. Well, I just kicked myself out of there. Are you kidding me? And then there was this. Was interesting. Yeah, it's sad to hear. I agree. I don't know. It was grandparents that took the grandkids. So, listen, I don't know. I'm just going to go over some of the news that I've seen. That a lot of you.
Well, all day long, Oklahomans have been celebrating America's birthday. No doubt you and your family. One of the biggest events in the metro, as it is every year, is Edmond's Liberty Fest Parade.
And folks were up bright and early to get a spot along the route. News 4's Natalie Clydesdale was also there.
Well, event organizers tell us there were about 120 entries in this year's parade to help us celebrate our country's freedom.
July 4th, America, we got to enjoy it.
This year marks Edmond's 52nd Liberty Fest.
4th of July without the Edmond Parade is not a 4th of July. So this is what you do to start your day.
Tens of thousands decked out in red, white, and blue, lining Edmond streets Thursday morning.
It's nice that everybody comes together and is patriotic.
We can be divided on so many issues, but everyone loves their country and they appreciate the freedom that we have here.
For many, it's an annual tradition. How many years have you been coming to this?
At least 20. I grew up in Edmonds, was born in 89, and I've been here literally every year that I was able to, not being in the Army.
Julie Hullinger sits in the same exact spot every year.
The tree is the best spot because it's coveted and it's cool and it's shady.
Many say the 4th of July serves as a reminder to be thankful for our independence.
It means that we still have freedom, and I appreciate that.
I mean, if we didn't have these people like the veterans and everything, we wouldn't have a parade.
You nailed it. In Edmond, Natalie Clydesdale, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right.
Uh-oh. And the 4th is over just like that. Hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday. I know my husband wasn't in the best of moods, but he's got to go back to work tomorrow. So heads up to the wrenches. There's been some things posted within the last 10 minutes that I keep having to erase on comments page. So crazy psychos out there. So she'll probably be coming in here. Just FYI. Feel free to zap it. And then I had this one that I wanted to go over 2 days ago.
Also tonight, an Oklahoma City police officer in court today after being arrested for rape and kidnapping.
And News 4's Adria Goins joins us with the very latest on this case. Adria.
Yeah, Kevin, Sergeant Ryan Stark faces several felony counts. And I've also learned the victim in this case filed an emergency protective order against Stark this morning. He was arrested Saturday after the victim told police she was held against her will and raped at the officer's home.
A terrifying night revealed through court documents. It accuses longtime Oklahoma City Police Sergeant Ryan Stark of kidnapping, rape, domestic abuse, and threats of violence. The alleged assault happened shortly after Stark and a woman he was involved with left this restaurant in Goldsby. The two went back to his home in Blanchard, riding together in Stark's patrol unit. According to this affidavit, the couple started arguing on the way to Stark's house. The victim stated Stark took her cell phone.
Couple, like, was this his girlfriend? I'm real confused. And they were in his patrol car? It's got me confused.
When they pulled into the driveway. When she attempted to get out of the car to get away, court records say the victim broke her foot when Stark hit the gas, trying to keep her from getting out of the patrol car. For 8 hours, she was allegedly held against her will inside the house, claiming Stark choked her, squeezed her, spat in her face, and spat gum in her hair. She also told police he repeatedly threatened to kill her, holding his gun to her head and placing it in her mouth before raping her. She filed a police report from the hospital later that day.
I'm Ryan, and this is Kane.
Stark, seen here in video posted by the Oklahoma City Police Department in 2021, has been a canine officer for 23 years. In 2014, he shot and killed a burglary suspect who stabbed his canine to death.
We realized the suspect was armed with a knife and had been actively stabbing the canine.
Stark was cleared of any criminal charges. Oklahoma City Police declined to comment on Saturday's arrest, but did say Stark has been placed on administrative leave.
And the Blanchard Police Department would not comment on the arrest either on camera, only saying they would send out a statement about the incident by the end of the day. And so far, we have not seen it.
Boy, it's always something. Listen, last night I didn't go live. I was watching the fights. I was going to watch the Diaz-Masvidal fight. I fell asleep, and I just could not wake up. Even my husband called and said, I'm going to let you go because you can't stay awake. I don't know why I couldn't stay awake, but I just couldn't stay awake. Guess my body was just strained. So sorry about no live last night. How was everybody's fourth? Hopefully it was good. It was good. A lot of drownings around Oklahoma, which I'm sure every state has them, but they had a couple at Grand Lake. Then they had that police officer that drowned. And then there was another lake where a kid fell off a tube and got tangled or something, and maybe one of the parents dove in to save them and they drowned. Got to be careful with that water out there. I don't care how good of a swimmer you are. You know, they had one in Wichita not too long ago. I think it was last week, as a matter of fact. A guy started hollering for help, and somebody on the side went to help them, and the guy ended up pulling him down too, and they both drowned. So, well, thank you. I am having a good weekend. I just couldn't stay awake yesterday. Had to watch my fights today. Just couldn't do it. Hi, Mouse. I'm going through the list here. Yes. No crazies today, Zap 'em. I'm not in the mood. Yes, I know you guys are always ready. You like to zap 'em. I just noticed I had to erase. I don't like to erase anything on my community page, but I mean, J-Rod is a friend of mine. He's another creator. He came up, he talked, you know, he was very polite. And just by the comments that was made just in the last 10 minutes, tells me who the person was. And it wasn't J-Rod, but they were talking about J-Rod. You're not going to talk about people I have on my panel, so If you didn't like him, that's okay. If he's not your cup of tea, he's my friend. He came by. We get along. But just because I have somebody on my panel don't mean you have to like them, but I'm not going to put up with bad comments. That's why I said, y'all know that. You're too kind for that. You wouldn't do that. So I know it's cray cray. Cray cray. Cray cray that keeps warning me how she's going to dox me and do all this stupid stuff. So cray cray, who I finally have an address to. So it's interesting. Just when she thought she was untouchable, police department gave me an address. Isn't that interesting? And pretty bad when your police department knows who you are. That means they've been to your house way too many times. Wouldn't you say? They start knowing you by a first name basis. That means they've been there too many times. Things will be okay. Just keep going. Did I miss something? Glad to have everybody here. Curious. Can't wait to see how your fourth went. Yeah, girly girl. You know I don't rest, and I could not stay awake yesterday for nothing. I must have needed the rest, guys. I am sorry about no live yesterday. Really, that don't ever happen to me. So it's definitely weird. But listen, I got off the phone and went right back to sleep. So I slept till about 5 this morning. It's good to see everybody. Randall, it's so good to see you. Wondered how you was doing. Figured you was doing things with the family. Carol, oh, we were in Jamaica when Hurricane Beryl hit. I was in Jamaica on Bob Marley's birthday. I think it was 3 years ago on a cruise. But at the same time I was in Jamaica, my youngest daughter was there with Doctors Without Borders. So it was very interesting, but I couldn't go where she was. I went up on the hill to some bar and called her, but I couldn't go where she was. Yeah, Scout, I think I needed a break. It was so. Listen, I got hit with a lot of things in the last couple weeks. Thought I could trust people that I still trust all you all, but man, talk about a letdown. Never would have thought it. Caught my sleep on fire. K1, caught my sleeve on fire. Almost got arrested for waving a firearm. Okay, well, that gets a good laugh, okay? And I like your new picture, too. Yeah, it's easy. Listen, even if you're a trained lifeguard, you got to take some kind of floating device out there because somebody, if they're drowning, they're panicking and they're going to take you right down with them. Jamie's Cowboys has kept me on the phone all day today. We've been on a field trip. She can tell you about the field trip, but yeah. Oh, defer. Yeah, it wasn't two. One of them still is a UFC fighter. The other one don't have a contract right now, but it was a boxing match, and I've been waiting to watch it. It was really hard to get. It wasn't on my regular UFC stuff where you could even pay-per-view it. But I was able to get it, and let me tell you, I fell asleep. But I didn't realize you guys like stuff like that. I'll have to remember that. Everybody wants to know how the little piggy's doing, Apple K. We were going to go to Texas today, but I think we're going to go tomorrow. Take a day out and just drive and go do something. I'd rather go tomorrow anyway than to be on the roads with your drive along Sunday drivers as just out there just driving. Listen, my husband's name starts with a J, and we can call him J Rod, so it's kind of funny. Yeah, she needs time to just stop. I agree. I don't know what her problem is, but I know she has many last names. And I know that there's a lot going on with Crazy. Like Crazy don't want to start messing over here. I'm just telling you. Because we're not about the doxing. We're about the facts, and we will show the facts. I agree. See, I didn't even ask anybody to look her up, and look, you already know. Police department already, they knew exactly who she was. So I don't think I'd brag about that. And she says I never helped her when I've got the receipts. I got every Cash App receipt I've ever spent. And she can never be monetized. That's her deal. Listen, she needs to stay over there and do her deal. I don't care what she does. Do I like her? No. Am I going to try to follow her? No. Go on your way and do your own thing. Get in your way of yourself is what happens there. Hey, Strange. We always love us some Strange. Strange Suspicion, Bob and Pia. Always enjoy them. Yeah, it might have been emotional stress. I don't know. I really get tired of it. We want to do our thing, right? We want to get justice for Veronica and Jillian. And it seems like others just wants to, I don't know, cause drama, tell things that shouldn't be told, then not tell things that should be told, like it's a game. And to me, it's most definitely not a game. Well, the fighters. You were ready to check out the fighters. Yeah, Jamie's always checking out the fighters. I agree. I think this Tuesday, I have to look, but I think Dana White's Contender Series starts maybe this Tuesday. So on Tuesday nights, there will be fights that you can watch in Discord with me. Let's see here. Apple K says, the little piglet, he's doing so great. He's fun to hang out with. Girly Girl 420, she's got her little piggy too, but hers isn't little. Humidity, ugh. It's actually nice here in Colorado today. Oh, Strange. We was talking about Crazy Woman. She told me she was going to dox me and all this other crazy stuff. So I turned it in. Next thing I know, I got her address from the police department. Isn't that interesting? So the one that threatens on suing everybody, now I got her address. You like the slap bites? I cannot stand the slap bites. I skip too fast. Oh, I do got the receipts, believe me. I don't know that I needed to regroup because I have not regrouped, but there's still some things getting to me, but it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. And it shall pass. It shall pass. The slap bites. I'm telling you. I don't get into the slap bites. But there is a guy out of Wichita. He's like a champ. He's been on the show many times on Dana White's Slap Fest. That's what it's called, the Slap Fest. I'd like to slap the shit out of some people sometimes. But I have not been in. I mean, I haven't watched the Slap Fest in a while. Let's trying to see here. No, crap. I'm trying to look up something here. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekend. So I didn't do much of anything. We went to a friend's house and that was great. We had a nice chicken fried dinner with mashed potatoes, uh, biscuits, cake. It was great. It was definitely great. 78 was the high. Oh, it seemed a little hotter than 78 because I did finally have to turn the air on, but maybe it's just the humidity. Yeah, hit that like button if you could. I do realize to all my husbands out there that are watching in the background, some of you have your own accounts. Thank you for watching, and I also realize you do not get in the chat, and that's okay. I appreciate you. You know, it says that I've got, I think, 15% men that watch this channel. And on a lot of true crimes, a lot of just anything you do, it's mostly women. So it's nice to have some men out there that, this could have been your mom, your sister, could have been your husband or your wife. This case is really a case that could have been any of us. And I don't think that this is the only time people has disappeared from this area. I think there could be an absolute problem. And yes, I don't do the flat-bys. And I think that's why they're so overcautious of the property down there. Listen, there's just a lot. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot going on down here, and it just, yes, and then you got the hurricane. Well, it's not, is it still going to be a hurricane or is it turning into a tropical storm? We'll look that up. Hitting Texas, beating Texas up about now. Well, if she's as big as she'll get, girly girl, how big is she? Because she's a big girl. That pig of yours is a big girl. Like when I think of little pigs, I think of like the size that Apple K has as a baby, like it's staying a baby. I don't think of a full grown pig running in and out of the house. And I'm not gonna say the girly girl's big as a full grown pig, but she's a big girl. And her pig's name is Girly Girl, of all things. Girly Girl. See here, we are going to look at the hurricane here in just a second. Hopefully it goes to a tropical storm. Oh, you worked yesterday for us? What, you work weekends? The heck? Your job is one that, listen, it'd scare me. I have much respect for your job, Deeper. And I am going to go on vacation, and then I'm going to get back to Wichita. So I haven't decided where. Yes, the biscuits was amazing. I haven't decided where I'm going on vacation at. Wait, Jamie has no wrench? What do you mean Jamie has no wrench? Jamie's Cowboys, is that you? Because you have a wrench. Jamie, I need you to make a comment like, where is your wrench? Are you sure this is you? Listen, I've not taken any wrenches away. So there should be no reason why Jamie don't have a wrench. Let's see. Jamie, what is the first letter of your mom's name, Jamie? Because last night I knew you were driving, and I didn't take any wrenches away. So what is the first letter of your mother's name, Jamie? If that's really our Jamie's Cowboys, I have not taken any wrenches away. I'm looking for the first letter of your mom's name. Because I'm not sure that that's our Jamie. I gotta make sure it's our Jamie. We've already had somebody try to duplicate Apple, so. Ooh, weighs about 75 pounds. Jamie, give me the letter of your mama's first name. And we'll fix that, like, right now. Yeah, I haven't taken any wrenches away, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I know Jamie's on the road right now. And I want to make sure that if I go to add a wrench, it's going to the right person. Because we're not going to get fooled today. So I'm just looking to make sure. Because I've not removed any wrenches whatsoever. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I skipped over some things because I'm trying to see if that's Jamie. And for no reason, I don't know why her wrench would be gone. I'm giving you a heart parade, Rock. Thank you. That means you're hitting the hearts as you go. I get it. Where is Jamie? Did Jamie go undercover? Okay, I got you, Jamie. I don't know where your wrench went, but we are getting it back. No wrenches have been removed. Let's see here. So weird. Okay, now make a remark, Jamie. There we go. That should be fixed. Okay. Yeah, I just got off the phone with her, so I was not sure, but she should have her wrench back. I don't know what happened to it, but anyway. Yeah, it is weird that a wrench is gone because I didn't take any wrenches away. There's no way for her to take it. That's why I'm really careful about who I have. There we go. Who I have as wrenches. I don't know what happened, so. I do know that person that we're talking about, according to True Crime Cole, had her as a mod. They were working together for a couple days, and then they split ways, and she went in and blocked everybody. But that same story that he told, he did the same thing when I was over in another creator's channel, and he had went in and blocked everybody. The same guy that it happened to. So, you can't bitch about somebody doing it to you when you go and do it to another creator. It just makes no sense. Okay, let's check on the hurricane. Let's see what we got going on. The latest on the hurricane. Because I thought it might turn into a tropical storm, but I could be wrong. I know Reed Timmer's live. It's Beryl expected to make landfall in Texas as a hurricane. Interesting. Let me do this. Because ain't nobody trying to watch no CNN, right? I didn't think so. Let me find somebody else that has coverage on it. Let's see here. We want something that's recent, though, like right now. Like in action. 3 days ago, 6 days ago. Okay, well, that didn't work very good for me, so let me back up. 5 hours ago. USA Today. An hour ago. Here, let's see here. Let's see here. For some reason, things are, hi man law. Seems things are going slow. I don't know if it's our internet or if it is something else. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. This guy's already talking without me, so hold on.
Thompson is in Galveston, Texas for us. Millions of people in Texas are bracing this morning as Tropical Storm Beryl takes aim. The storm expected to strengthen into a hurricane again later today as it makes landfall in the next 24 hours. NBC's Priscilla Thompson is in Galveston, Texas for us. Priscilla, good morning.
Yeah, Willie, good morning. Already we're seeing the waves and the wind out here along the Texas Gulf Coast beginning to pick up, and officials and residents are on high alert. We've seen folks emptying the shelves of grocery stores, stocking up on supplies and sandbags, and businesses boarding up as some vacationers head home early. Beryl is expected to strengthen to a Category 1 hurricane by early Monday morning as it makes landfall in Texas before moving into the Tennessee Valley, bringing with it high winds that could down trees and power lines and damage homes, along with the potential for a deadly storm surge of up to 6 feet in areas like Fort Lavaca and devastating flooding of up to 15 inches in some areas locally. And that flooding is a major concern in parts of the state where the ground is still saturated after months of relentless rain and flooding. Already, Beryl has carved a path of destruction through the Caribbean, killing at least 9 people. And back here in Texas, mandatory evacuations are in place in at least 3 counties, and the governor has already issued a disaster declaration in more than 120 counties along the coast. Willie?
We will hope for the best for our friends down there along the Gulf Coast. Priscilla Thompson in Galveston, Texas this morning. Priscilla, thank you.
Let's see.
How long have you been a pet sitter for?
23 years.
And I see here you have a...
Let me look up KOU Houston. Oh, hold on. Crap. Houston, they got hit a while back with a hurricane too. Let's see, KOU Houston news hurricane. Okay, let's see here, because I do know we got some Texas people in here, so.
Heavy downpours. That's a very heavy rain along the south side of Beltway 8. That'll come up through downtown here during the next few minutes, and that's causing some ponding on roadways. Again, the forecast track from the Hurricane Center, 85-mile-an-hour hurricane making landfall, Matagorda County around 2 a.m., and then taking until Monday afternoon to get into our northern counties, but still a tropical storm, so still producing impacts. That's where we stand right now as far as the wind and the forecast, and we'll take a closer look at that rain forecast as we move along, guys. Back to you. Pat Kavler, yes, also looking at the wind and rain forecast. So, Pat, what are we looking at for inland winds and rain totals?
Yeah, so Dave, this is actually exactly what that storm will probably look like as it comes on shore just after midnight here. So around 2 a.m. again, Matagorda County, and then torrential rain starts to overspread Harris County. That's going to be in the 3 a.m. to about 7 a.m. time frame that we see the worst of it. That rain is going to come down so hard it could wake some of us up. Then it spreads north into the woodlands, out towards Katy, as you go through Waller County, into Grimes County as well. So areas far removed from the coast will actually see a center of circulation, an eye of a weakening hurricane move over them because the storm moves so fast, it doesn't really have time to lose that much steam. Good news, though, by noon, it's just a shower chance south of town, the worst of it lifting north of Huntsville, and then we are smooth sailing as we go through the evening, but the damage will be done. Rain totals are going to be very impressive with this. Wherever the heaviest band of rain sets up, it is going to be a huge and wide swath of 6 to 12 inches. Could see some areas coming in near 15 inches of rain by the time it's all said and done, but the totals will drop off significantly the farther east you go. So there is a flash flood threat in place that starts tonight. It's for the city of Houston going down towards the coastal spots. Tomorrow, that flood risk actually mirrors where we see the best chance for those heavy rain totals to line up. And then again, by the time we get to Tuesday, out of here, everything starts to improve very drastically across the area. Let's talk wind, because this is something brand new.
Wind, oh my God. Let's
we
talk
have
wind.
started to see an uptick in the wind damage threat across a good part of the area, and that's because the storm has started to shift a little farther to the east. We could see easily gusts upwards of 80 and 90 miles per hour at the coast as the storm makes landfall. But look at how far these hurricane force wind gusts could extend as we go farther inland. Could see 70, 80 mile an hour gusts in Sugar Land, 70 mile per hour gusts up towards Brenham, Tomball, city of Houston. We're still recovering after the derecho from midday.
Storms and rain all day tomorrow.
Hurricane force wind gusts up to the city as we go through the course of the day tomorrow, but things will improve quickly. It will be breezy on the back end of the storm, and with a switching wind direction, that could bring some trees down, but the worst of the winds really will be confined towards the center of that circulation. So again, a lot of things to unpack, more coming up here as we go through the rest of the hour, but Mia and Marceline, I'll send it back over to you.
Beryl is a tropical storm, but the forecast from the Hurricane Center does bring this back to hurricane force before making landfall. And you can see how dangerous the surf has become. And it continues to build down in Galveston. We've been
now,
watching
is this
the
a
waves
joke?
get bigger and stronger over the past
Listen,
several
I can
minutes
take a joke,
and hours.
but it's got to be a better body than that.
Rain bands down here. The
Hold
strongest
on.
winds will come as the rain bands come in. That rain.
Really, Big Sexy? Because that looks all kinds of nasty. We're laughing at you. So you think you're being funny? We're laughing at you. I had to put my glasses on just to see. That's how small you are. You got a big old fat belly, though. Y'all see Big Sexy on here? He's not sexy. What in the green earth is going on there? Well, you got your 5 seconds of fame, Mr. Ugly Sexy. Like, what on earth do you think you're doing? You want me to drop your link so you can drop your shit out? How about that? Come on. Show us your shit. I'm going to drop the link. You want to play around? Let's play around. There's the link. Let's see it. Because all I see is that. Come on, Big Sexy. I'm dropping the link. Let's see how sexy you think you are. There's the link, Big Sexy. You just click that link. That's gross. Pretty gross. I'm giving you a chance. Get your shit out. Let's see it. I dropped you the link. How brave are you, big sexy? Brave enough to go on the internet and find a naked picture of somebody that's fat and ugly? Is that what's going on? I don't know. I had to put my glasses on. I think you're on the wrong channel. But hey, we're here for it. Don't look, Ethel. By then she'd done been mooned. Nighthawk, Buffalo Girl, can you see that picture on Big Sexy? Could you tell what that was? Come on, Big Sexy. Got a lot of women in here. We're waiting to judge. You want to throw that shit out there? Let's go. No, they want to show their shit. Where's their shit? Like, they think it's a joke. We want to laugh at him. Like, come on. There's so much fat there, I wouldn't call it totally naked, and I do not fat shame people, but come on. I mean, you're wanting attention there. I gave you a chance. I'd run from that little wiener too. Your belly's done, you done got the Dunlop disease. Your belly done lopped over. Must be ashamed. Probably can't even have sex with all that big sexy you have on there. I can't even find that little bitty thing. Bring it, big sexy. Yeah, here is the link. Bring it. Are you brave enough? How long did it take you to take that picture? Listen, me and the ladies in here will be the judge, and I can already tell you, we ain't gonna be able to see it through your fat, so it's not even gonna matter. Yeah, listen, I had to put my glasses on and really struggle. That's why I'm trying to give them the stage. Like, bring it. Big Sexy is timed out. Bojangles, I timed them out. But I dropped the link. They can still hit that link and come on up. Just because they're timed out, it does not stop them from hitting the link. Yeah. You are entertainment for the day. There was the link that you passed up. See, sometimes you guys, people, just gotta call them for what it is. They think they're being funny. And, hey, I was here for it. But they seem to be shy now. Hey, Nanya, glad you stopped in. I hope you're having a good visit back home, wherever home may be. Have a good little vacation for yourself. It was big yucky, I agree. Big yucky. Hey, Amy, good to see you, love. You're not so best friends playing around in the chat, so just a FYI. Poor Amy Conway, you know, she's a sweet lady. She's one of J Rod's people, and thank you, Amy, for coming over here. But she keeps getting attacked by crazy lady too. So it is what it is. But Amy Conway, we love you here, and we're glad you're here. So. Big Sexy, it says devices not connected. And let me screenshot it because I don't want you to say I'm lying about it. I'll post it on my community page. It says, well, now you're gone. You dropped up for a brief moment and it says devices not connected. And then when I went to take a picture, it's gone. You can still use the same link. That link's working. Because you are too scared. You are trying to call my bluff. You are still a scaredy cat. If you would have been connected, you would be on the stage. And just FYI, you know that you can go to jail for that. Just, I'm giving you a warning. It's against the law, so, but hey, if you come up on the link and you show your junk, that's on you. That's you that's going to have to deal with law enforcement, not me. So I would think about it. And everything is traceable. FYI. Here, look.
One of those tropical bands from Beryl coming through Houston right now. Let me step out of the way because the city of Houston is whited out in that tropical band. If that's any indication as to how intense the rainfall is, it can white out, blot out an entire city. The metro here, including not just the city, but all surrounding areas that make up the greater Houston area, is more than 7 million people, all of them under the gun from the potential for tropical storm force winds, also tropical storm rain. And that rain is going to be a major problem as we're an area that has been inundated with rain over the last several months. They can't handle much more. And in fact, while we were driving in from Bush Intercontinental Airport today, we got stuck in one of these tropical downpours on the highway. Take note to this video and just look how intense it does get. Even worse than what we're experiencing right now is the way it was just about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes ago. Extraordinary how powerful the rain was coming down. Almost sounded like rocks hitting the windshield on the car. You could barely hear each other talking in the car. The GPS instructions were muddled out by the sound of the rain hitting the roof and also the window. And it's this kind of rain that really raises the concern for flooding and flash flooding. The Texas Emergency Management Agency is watching that and urging people, if flood warning is issued and a flash flood warning is...
This has literally been the last 22 minutes. And Big Sexy, come on up. I dropped the link again.
Issued to heed those warnings and absolutely do not go around barriers. Listen.
You know, for those that are along the coast, we know that we're going to get hurricane force winds that are going to go through the area. If the forecast holds true, there will be for 6 to 12 hours of hurricane force winds. The next thing that we're really watching is inland flooding. As you all know, more people die from turning around and going through low water crossings. And so the idea is to help get this message all the way up through the state, not just along the coast. Beryl will bring severe rainfall to Texas, and we have to be ready for that.
So do not drive through water is what he's telling you. It's going to bring rain throughout Texas. Do not drive on the streets. If there's water there, turn around and go the other way.
It's something everybody needs to be ready for and cautious of. And in fact, we do have a flood watch in place all the way through Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. We also have that tropical storm warning in place here in Houston. Brad Reynolds behind the lens. Brad, I'm not sure if through the rain you might be able to show folks the blown out windows and the boarded up windows. Brad, can we see that over there? Okay, so what you're looking at, you may recall live on the Weather Channel for several days back in mid-May, we brought you to Houston then too, because a derecho came through, blowing out more than 2,500 windows from high rises in many parts of the city.
Whoa. Did you guys catch that? Look at these pictures of the high rises. Whoa.
We brought you to Houston then too, because a derecho came through, blowing out more than 2,500 windows from high rises in many parts of the city. You can still see some of the damage left since mid-May. Mid-May is when that happened, and here we're not far away from mid-July, Alex. So we're going to be checking with some folks here in Harris County and also in Houston, Texas, Alex. What are the after effects of that? How concerned are they as we now have what at least is going to be a tropical storm, if not a hurricane coming through here? Alex, remember, it was hurricane force winds in that derecho that blew all those windows out in the first place.
Wow, that's crazy, huh? Now you got me wondering. I gotta Google this. You got me wondering. I got to find something here. This for Big Sexy. I got to Google this. Okay, well, there is a song named that. Let's see here. Cover your ears. If you're not 18 and over, you better not be listening. Let's see here. 3 years ago, 8 years ago. I'm 60 and I know it. I know that song. But it says Short Dick Man. There really is a song named that. I guess there is. A big man lost because there was a song on it. Like, now, my day. Listen, take my day. I'm sorry. You know all the words? This is some shenanigans right here. Listen, I needed a laugh. I needed a laugh. I wish my husband watched this too. If he only knew how hilarious I am. It's hilarious. This is cracking me up. Well, don't even know how much it makes me laugh. It doesn't make my husband watch it. Dribble, little, short, big man, shake me. Come on, shake me. Come on, big, shake me. But it's always fighters or nothing. You can tell it's going to be nothing. This is like an extra belly button. I love it. You got an extra belly button? Am I the only one that's finding this hilarious? Well, I got something like you can write down there. Hold on. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's go back to this. Everybody loves this. It's not shenanigans, but we're gonna do it. Jamie's here. She wants it done. It's happening. It's happening today. Here you go, big sexy. And that was the chicken. But I'd rather watch shit like this right here. Let's see here. What do we got here? I did miss Apple's birthday, so we'll play it for Apple's birthday. I didn't miss it, but I didn't play any really good birthday songs. More like big. You guys on all your shit out there, so you leave nothing for us to see. So. Oh, Dick song. It was so freaking hilarious. We will play the Little Dick song. Did you miss it? Let's go back and play the Little Dick song because it was quite hilarious. Let's see here. There, we had somebody that thought they was going to show us their junk, but they were too shy. But in their little profile picture, they were naked with a big old fat belly. And somebody said there's a Little Dick song out there. And that's where we're at now. Oh, well, here's another Little Dick. Well, there's more than one. Let's check this one out.
It's part 3, baby. No one asked for it, but I made it anyway. Cause fuck it. I got a little dick and the shit is getting ridiculous. My dick game wicked, my
No, I
flow
like
is
the
so
other one better.
meticulous.
Can you not hear me? I'm not muted. Got an extra belly button. I know, right? Okay. So there you go. Mr. Big Sexy done ran and left. It does have a good beat to it. Makes you want to sing. Manlaw is the one that came up with that one. So everybody needs to watch out for the weather, especially in Texas there. Sounds like you are getting a big heads up. If you didn't just see Houston live, it's very snowy, like rain-wise. You can't see. Gotta go let the dogs out. Be right back. You know, it's really sad. A lot of people lost their lives this weekend at the lakes. A lot of drownings. This is sad. Calling for some storms here too, Rock. Interesting. Keep your pants on, everyone. Exactly. You know, why people want to act that way, who knows? Gosh, let me see if I can. I know Grand Lake lost two. Grand Lake lost two people drownings. Let's see here. In Oklahoma lakes. And then that police officer the other day, I'm sure I could look up Kansas and it has the same thing. I know Grand Lake, there was two today. It was, well, they said it today. Let's see if this is playing. I don't know if this is it or not, but we'll see.
OHP says they need to stay safe, and the two ways to do that is to, one, prepare with a life jacket and to know the body of water.
The best way to be safe is plan way before the holiday weekend.
Have a plan in place as you head out for the lake. That's what OHP is telling you.
Wait a
as
minute.
it's already been a busy.
Like, seriously? Nobody plans to drown. What do you mean plan first? That kind of seems silly. Sorry.
Week. Monday, an Oklahoma City police officer drowned in Lake Stanley Draper after an hours-long intensive search. And on the 4th of July, OHP responded to 3 deadly drownings across the state. One in Lake Keystone where 2 people died.
Ended up off of the raft and separated from the raft, and 2 people went under and did not resurface.
And another at Lake Thunderbird. OHP says none of the victims were wearing life jackets.
Apparently working on his vessel, and for what unknown reason ended up in the water unexpectedly again.
Troopers say their marine safety units patrol the lake and work to keep you safe year-round.
We're actively looking for moving violations out on the water. And oftentimes we'll even be at the boat ramps prior to getting out on the water, checking boats and making sure they have their safety equipment before they get out there.
And OHP also tells me they're working with the U.S. Coast Guard on Operation Dry Water to combat boating while under the influence. Reporting live in Oklahoma City, Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.
And then there was this one. I hate to play sad news, but it's taking its time to load.
Grand River Dam Authority police say they recovered the body of an 18-year-old from Grand Lake. Police say the Oklahoma City teen was swimming with a group of friends in the Locust Cove area Friday. Officers say he jumped off the roof of a dock and into the water and never came back up. Police found the victim's body around 7:45 and have not yet released his name.
There was that one. There was a couple. There was two at Grand Lake. I do know there was two at Grand Lake. I saw it earlier. And then on Thursday, Lake Thunderbird. I don't know where that lake is, but you guys probably do.
We always get the comment.
Hold on, gotta
as
get
soon
past
as somebody
the
walks in
advertising.
here and sees our operation and visits with a few people, it doesn't take more than 10 steps. Go, this is different.
Quail Creek Bank, celebrating 50 years.
The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says it has responded to 3 drownings today. 2 at Keystone Lake, which is west of Tulsa, and 1 at Lake Thunderbird in Norman. Troopers say a 14-year-old boy and a 39-year-old man identified as Nathaniel Richardson drowned in a swim area at Appalachia Bay Recreation Area there at Keystone Lake. And then OHP says 53-year-old Sean Mooney, who was working on his boat at Lake Thunderbird, fell overboard sometime yesterday. His family reported him missing noon today. A viewer sent us this picture showing OHP's dive team there on the scene recovering his body. Troopers say that happened at about 5:45.
Scary. I don't even like my grandkids swimming in lakes because if they don't got life.
Emergency crews were busy this weekend at lakes across the state responding to a string of drowning calls on the 4th of July. News 9's Cameron Joyner has the latest.
At least 5 drownings happened on the 4th of July alone, leaving several families mourning. 4 out of those 5 victims have been identified, but we know the 5th was a
Manlaw, if you're from Hutchinson, I probably know a lot of people that you know. That's crazy. Small world.
teenager from here in Oklahoma City. Police say the 18-year-old was swimming with friends at Grand Lake on the 4th of July when he jumped off the roof of a dock into the water. Grand River Dam Authority officers searched the lake, ultimately finding the body Saturday evening. Police say they recovered another Grand Lake drowning victim Friday evening, a man from Afton. 39-year-old Levi Gibson had jumped from a boat to help a child who had fallen from a tube. He never resurfaced, according to GRDA police. At Keystone Lake, 2 drownings, a father and a son, leave behind a grieving family.
I would have never went to that lake if I knew something like this was going to happen. Never.
Tanisha Richardson lost her 14-year-old son, Jamarius, and her husband, Nathaniel. She says her family was exploring a new part of the lake when the water got too deep.
I'm trying to stay above water to swim, and then I heard my son, saying, help me. Mama, help me. And I couldn't help him because I was drowning myself.
Meanwhile, 53-year-old Sean Mooney from Hera drowned at Lake Thunderbird. Oklahoma Highway Patrol says he was working on his boat when he fell and didn't resurface.
Horrible.
Family members reported him missing around noon Thursday. Troopers say he was found later that day.
They're never fun calls for our firefighters. Of course, we're going to respond safely, courteously, meet the need, and do what we can to revive and save a life.
These holiday tragedies point to important reminders from the Oklahoma City Fire Department.
If you're going to be out in the lakes, we please advise you to wear a U.S. Coast Guard.
Did you hear about the guy from Hawaii 5-0? He also was I'll look it up here in a minute. He just got ate by a shark over in Hawaii. It's kind of crazy. You guys were talking about sharks, and last week was Shark
life
Week.
jacket, regardless of your skill level. We know they're not cool. They're not always fun to wear. This potentially can save your life.
Cameron Joyner, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Emergency crew.
Now, hold on. Let me find that. Let's see here. It was a shark attack in Hawaii, and the guy played on Hawaii 5-0. And his wife owned a surfing shop. I think it was this last week, but my days run together. Yeah, this is it. I have not seen her speak out, so okay. I wanted to make sure I had the right thing. I've not seen this about the wife.
Now to the widow and a close friend of the surfer who was killed in a shark attack in the waters off Hawaii. Matt Rivers joins us now with what they're saying this morning. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Rebecca. The world knew Tamayo Perry as a surfer and an actor, but to those who knew him best, he was a man of deep faith, now taken too soon.
I feel so upset and devastated, but I also have a weird calmness in my heart knowing that he's in a better place.
This morning, ABC News sitting down with the wife and close friend of lifeguard, surfer, and actor Tamayo Perry, just days after he was killed in his native Hawaii after being bitten by a shark in the waters off the island of Oahu.
It was like I went on the best 25-year vacation of my life with him, and now it's over. Now I got to come back to reality.
He was a local legend in a sense, say his friends, his surf skills and infectious personality translating seamlessly into film, with roles in Pirates of the Caribbean and Blue Crush.
Oh, it's pretty nuts. Look my word.
Friends say Perry knew the area where he died like the back of his hand, paddling out on Sunday like he always did.
There was nothing out of the ordinary that would indicate that something bad would happen to him versus anybody else. It was a regular day.
Perry's death at the hands of a shark, just the 9th time that's happened in Hawaii in the last 30 years. Officials say another man was bit yesterday and a, quote, aggressive shark was spotted near Oahu. But Perry's friends are convinced he would tell people, go back out there.
For people that are surfers and avid ocean users, we do it because we love it.
And for Amelia, his wife and who knew him for more than 2 decades, Perry's legacy is clear.
How to be a better human, to love everybody when you have them, because you never know when they're going to be taken away.
Now, she also told us her husband was a devout Christian, even texting his family sometime well before he died, saying, quote, I can't wait to meet the king. I'm excited, not scared. We got to pray and forgive and love. Guys.
Oh, just
Really
so sad.
sad.
Yeah, really is. All right, Matt, thank you so much.
Okay. So, Manlaw, did you know any Boatways by chance? The last name Boatway? I'm just curious. I know a lot of people in Hutch. Yeah, you got to have the life vests on, especially the kids. If the water's rough, kids always have to have life vests. But I'm a grown ass adult, and if the water's rough, you'll see my ass with a vest on. And Big Sexy, he'll have a vest on too to cover his extra belly button. You know what I mean? Just had a horse delivered out of Hutchinson, Kansas. We purchased from Sturdyville, highly. Does anybody go to Pretty Prairie Rodeo out there by Hutch? That's the big Kansas rodeo. Do you guys go to that? I've been there a few times. A horse shed. You know, the Amish there build them. They build a lot of wooden stuff there, but she's saying actually a horse. Like, I mean, it seems to me she's talking about an actual horse, not a shed. I could be wrong. But they do build a bunch of sheds, a bunch of gazebos right there in Hutch. Good to see you, Noel. Lady like Grace, hey friends. Boy, we got some new names in here. Welcome. Do you know Big Sexy? Just curious. Is Big Sexy coming over with all his friends? Amy Conway, you know I love you. We've known each other a long time. Long time. That's funny, Raven, because if you don't know, you do know now. I know the Boatways. Very, very, very well. I know the one in the beer company. I know the one, well, he's in the beer company too, but he's a retired fireman. But since I got somebody wanting to dox me, I don't want to say a whole lot more. Yeah, Pretty Prairie Rodeo is a big thing. Actually, one of the boatways watches this channel. I know that for a fact. Well, let's see here. So, we still got a couple weeks here before the next court date. Let's see here. The third Wednesday. Listen, I feel like I've lost some days. I don't know why. I feel like I've lost some days. But let's see what the third Wednesday is. You guys probably already know. So I'm going to get my little calendar out and look anyway. The 17th. So the next court date will be on the 17th. So what will happen between now and then? Will we find out if they ever did go over that audio that got released? Heard they were calling that person in. I have not heard any more about it. So, and I probably need to pay the damn bill to that phone. Hell, that phone's probably not working right now. Now that I think about it, I gotta pay the bill on that every month, and I forget. So I will sit down and do that. So if you've been trying to reach that phone, I will pay it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. So everybody getting ready for the 17th. Well, it'd be nice to know what exactly they're going to do the 17th. I really thought by now they would already have a grand jury indictment. So it tells you where I'm at on that. And I could be way off, but I just have a feeling they're going to grand jury indict these guys and everything's going to get hidden from us. So I hope that don't happen. And I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not a judge. So, but I've seen it happen. But I don't know your Oklahoma laws. So if you're a lawyer, is that a possibility? Could they just jump straight into an indictment? I think they can, which would be bad for us. But an indictment takes care of a pretrial hearing. Yeah, I'm sorry that the people that I trusted let me down too, because it'll never be the same. Once you break somebody's trust like that, I wouldn't be mean. I still wish you all the best. I realize you're caught up in a lot of things. But you should have known. You should have known not to do that to me. I'll just say that. Jamie, what do you mean blowing my phone up today? You've had me on the phone literally all day. Like, not blowing me up. You had me on the phone all day, but it was okay. I was awake for it. Well, I'm hearing it was turned over. Like, Scout, I hope it was turned over. I hope they did request it. I hope they got it. That came across on the burner phone that they was being called in, but anybody can message me that. Like, so please know that I'm not for sure that that's happened. That's just what was sent to me. I would hope that has happened. I mean, you all have heard the audio by now. And it was 7 days before the bodies were found, so it's a very important audio. Yes. Justice for Jillian and Veronica. That's where we stand. That's where we'll always stand. Them names didn't sound familiar, huh? I know they ran that town. I think they even might have another brother. I know 2 of the brothers. Good to see Frederica. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some things that just can't be undone. Let's see here. Well, we missed you, Frederica. We looked for you too. We was in your town. We was rolling dirty. No, we wasn't rolling dirty, but we was in your town. Yeah. Betrayal's really a sad thing. And I think what got me the most is playing it off like it wasn't them. And anyway, we're over it. We're moving forward. Yes, Redbird, I get that. I get that. Get that myself. We got a hard team here that works, and we talk a lot. I'm even embarrassed to say I thought it was somebody out of Discord, and it wasn't. So, how big do you think I feel? I feel like a little dumbass that I even thought that. You know, somebody messaged me, posted it in my comments, and said, "Why are you such a Wrangler lover?" And I want to address this, okay? I never said I was a Wrangler lover. What I said was, I wished him the best. And at this point, there's been nothing shown to us to say he was involved in this at all. He's in rehab, is court ordered rehab. I hope he gets everything together. It sounds like he's got it all together. And he gets his kids back and he's productive in society. Now, if something comes out and he's a part of this, then my mind will change. But I'm not going to let people talk bad about him or anything because, as far as I know, he wasn't involved in this. And that's all I've seen. So, to the person that in the comments earlier made that remark, let's get something straight. We're praying that Wrangler does good and he's able to get his kids and everything. If something comes out, which I don't believe it will, saying he was involved, then, we'd think of other things. But I don't think he was involved. So, I'm going to leave it with that. Did you see the document Tiffany signed claiming she had 1,400 and needs a lawyer provided? Her sisters must have edited her out of the Adams Family Trust. Well, that trust was never finished. So that's kind of crazy, huh? But the sad part about that is, how will they handle that? Because if they was to sell that property for the victims, pay the victims, I would think the trust, she would still get her part of the trust and that part would be sold. But again, I'm not an attorney. I don't know how that works. So I'm just guessing. Crazy thing is, I think of Jillian every day because she was such a light to the world that was snuffed our way too young. She was kind and full of love. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about her. Veronica, I've heard good things about. My gosh, when you're young, you do silly things. When you're young, you do silly things. She seemed to have her stuff together. She had a shop. She sounded like to me, looked like to me, that she had her stuff together. None of us is perfect. We make mistakes. You got family in, was that meant to say Houston? Yeah, it does look like Houston's going to get hard with the hurricane. Everybody's safety. We're praying for everybody down there in the Gulf. You guys did see which way that was going, right? It's going to go inland too. Let me look it up one more time. Hurricane. I'm going to look up the hurricane path in Texas so that you guys can see the path that it's going to take. It didn't look like, here's a live update. Tried to do this a while ago, 29 minutes ago. Let me see if I can get it to work. And then I know it's not on your screen yet, so hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some big sexy in it. Let's see here. Maybe this is it.
If you're only using facial moisturizer in the morning, did you know the best time for skin renewal is at night? Add Olay Retinol 24 to your nighttime skincare routine. It combines hydrating moisturizers with powerful retinoids to renew millions of surface skin
I
cells
like
while
them
you sleep.
gummies. I like the
Plus, it
medical
hydrates
gummies.
better than a $100 retinol cream. Wake up to smoother, younger-looking skin with Olay Retinol 24. Learn more at Olay.com. This has been Medifax for Olay.
All along the Texas Gulf Coast, people are preparing for a hurricane while still celebrating the 4th of July.
Nah, we're leaving tomorrow.
In Corpus Christi, a near sigh of relief as the forecast track keeps moving east, away from the area that took a blow from Tropical Storm Alberto just 2 weeks ago.
We'll see. The next couple days, we'll figure it out. But right now, I'm not
Let
too
me
worried about
cover
it.
some of
It's
that
not
up.
all sunshine and seashells. Many without a way to higher ground are packing up and taking off, not risking to stay for a few extra vacation days.
Not me, guys. No, not me at all. No, it's we don't want to try that. I have 3 small kids, so.
In Rockport, Texas, residents aren't running the risk, spending their day boarding up ahead of Beryl.
We're just boarding up before the big one comes.
Rockport is all too familiar with hurricanes. Just mention the name Harvey around here, and you're likely to hear a personal story of the storm.
But, you know, this place is still recovering from Harvey. There's still a lot of slabs that are missing from Harvey still.
And now it's Beryl that has Rockport and other nearby communities in its sights. And as people continue to prep, those supplies are becoming harder and harder to come across. For those last-minute preppers, it's going to be even more difficult as Beryl inches towards the Texas Gulf Coast.
Well, there you go. Okay, guys. Well, watch out for the weather. We'll try to go live tomorrow night. Might take you on a field trip. Who knows? It's an auto recording that was done. If you go back and look in some previous lives, Carol, it'll give you your answers there. It was something that somebody taped and it got out into the community, and so I played it on here. And keep your pants on, correct. And I always get hit for this, but Randall, I just love you so much. I got to do it for you. I got to do it for you. Much love to everybody. Always be kind. Always be the best you. We say that all the time. You got to always be the best you. Let's see here. Deeper's off tomorrow and she wants to do shenanigans. We can do shenanigans tonight. Just for you, Deeper. It'll be later. Maybe Big Sexy will come back. I doubt it. We'll bring it on, Big Sexy. I just looked at the Weather Channel saying it's inlay hours away from landfall. Ooh. I just saw Houston was getting blanketed with rain, so it's already hitting. It might not be the eye of the hurricane, but it's already hitting in Houston. We just watched it live. Let's see here. Love you back? Yes, Deeper. We'll do it just for you. Jamie, if you fall asleep, we're going to come to California and kick your ass. Y'all got a nap. Jamie kept me on the phone. I told her I needed a nap. I don't know how long I'll last, but I'll try. Houston, Houston, Houston. Houston, Texas. Okay, guys. Be safe in Houston and around the area. Praying for everybody there, your family members, even people we don't know. There you go. You're bored? Well, Redbird, come out to shenanigans. Yes, stay out of the floodwaters, and we are out of here.